Hey folks, BoDean 52, hope you are well. Well, if you watch previous videos of mine, you know every now and then I tell kind of a fib or a little white lie, and I told you I wasn't going to do anything with the bike. I know I put pipes on it, but now I've done something else, and I'm going to show that to you today. By the way, I don't know where you guys live, but I swear that Michigan should be called the state of construction, because it seems like everywhere there is construction. And we pay a bunch of taxes, and every governor is always talking about how they're going to fix the roads, and it never ever happens. And why am I talking about this? Well, so if you follow the channel, you will know that I am on Pearl, my 2024 white Onyx Pearl Road Glide, and I have had her here for a good month or so, and I traded in 2024 or 2021 Road Glide Limited. And first I gotta say, I have gotten a bunch of feedback about, here you go dude, you're rebuilding the bike just like you had the old one, you should have kept it. And depending on what my mood is, which is usually 98% of the time pretty good, I just kind of joke, yeah, ha ha ha. Man, there's some people that are just relentless. It's like, dude, relax, it's my bike, I'll do what the hell I want. You should do the same to yours, by the way. But I know most of it's in good fun, so I am cool with that. But many different reasons why I bought this bike. I've done other videos. I'll link a couple of those at the end of this video that you can kind of check out. But one of the things that concerned me when buying this bike was that my beautiful bride, Mrs. BoDean, who has not been out yet, was quite comfortable on my 21 Road Glide Limited, yet she did not ride a lot. So I decided to go ahead and get this bike to where she still could run around town with me, because at this point she said she really didn't want to do any long touring on the bike anymore. So I was like, okay, hey, that's cool, I'm gonna go ahead and get another bike. And I talked about not doing any modifications. Now on this bike, it's really I guess it's like any Harley Davidson. This bike has a couple different things that stand out when it comes to should you modify things or not. One is it has a 117 Milwaukee 8 motor in it. It does have a torque cam in it, pretty much the same horsepower and torque as my Stage 2 did on my 21 Road Glide Limited, and it's a much lighter bike, obviously. But I was always concerned about, hey, if she did want to ride around town, I wasn't gonna not have that opportunity for her. So the dealership that that I love and hold dear said, hey, we'll just put a sissy bar on the kind of back of it and put a docking station on, and she could sit back there, and hey, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure that's what she wanted. So I knew I was going to have to make a couple modifications. One, especially to accommodate her on those times she wanted to go out. But there are really two things. I mean, if you follow my channel or my Instagram, which goes by BoDean 52 as well, you will see I left the dealership with a bunch of boxes in the back of my truck for some things that I've done to the bike. Some I have put on, some I have not yet, which is for future videos. We'll talk a little bit about that one. But the first thing I did, and again, I put this video out a couple weeks ago, I did go ahead and put on some DBX 45s by Reinhardt. They are unbelievable. I love them, love them, love them. It's they're loud enough for me when I'm riding to where it doesn't give me a headache or a hear. They just sound, they have that low rumble, and they are just they're just great mufflers as far as I'm concerned. Now, some folks have said, are you going to do the rest of the exhaust? Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we're going to be having some conversations with Reinhardt about that, but we'll figure out that down the road, because that's really not a priority of mine. I may not even consider doing it. But I did have to do something that I just put on the bike that I've never done to one of my motorcycles before, and I actually love it. So I know I had to make sure that Mrs. BoDean had a place to sit, and one of the reasons I got this bike was I wanted it to be a little bit lighter, and but I knew I was going to lose some space in it. So I decided to do something different that I've never had before. Let me show it to you. Yep, I decided to actually get a chopped tour pack. This actually did come from Harley. I know they make some, Mad Van Black and other folks do. But I decided to go ahead and get this chopped pack, which to me still gives me some of that space that I am looking for. Let's kind of see, not a ton in there. You cannot get a full or three-quarter helmet in there. You could get a half helmet in there, but I am really liking it. Mrs. BoDean said on the bike, she's like, this is cool, I'm good with this. And to me, gives it a little bit more of a sporty look, makes me look a little less old than I am now. Well, at least to me, I like this chopped tour pack, and I know that Mrs. BoDean is happy with it. Gives me a little more space, and this is just number 2. There's some more stuff coming. Let's get back on the bike and talk about it. Well, before we go, thought I would share, this is a old, what looks like decrepit, but apparently it's some sort of special building that nobody has moved into yet. And we are in Chelsea, Michigan. This is a train station, and if you're a Yellowstone fan, that doesn't mean go to the train station. That's really the train station. It's the clock tower. I lived in this town for a few years, and actually love it here. Jiffy Mix, if you ever heard of Jiffy Mix, they are made here in Chelsea, Michigan. And there's a lot of people that have suits and dresses on, so I'm assuming there was a wedding here. And myself and my Reinhardts are going to crash it. You know, one of the things I love about YouTube is you get to meet so many people and learn more and more about them. And this is kind of a little bit of a small town. I'm a city boy at heart, but I think that I have changed here over the years to like being a little more remote if I can. Again, that is a Jiffy Mix in Chelsea, Michigan. But Mrs. BoDean and I would tell you this is probably our favorite town that we've ever lived in. I was here for a little bit of while before I moved out to Pittsburgh for work and then back to Michigan. But really, really cool little place. Tell you what, you sit on this hill, you probably can't see it in the GoPro, but you better know how to work the friction zone, I'll tell you that. I guess it's a Saturday and that's why all these people are here, but it's not very helpful for my video, I just must say. Don't worry about it. Stop, get out, run in. What could go wrong? But Mrs. BoDean's favorite pub, Cleary's Pub in this area. Little barbecue place. And but a really, really cool little city. You grow up in a big city, a little city, maybe you look at this and go, this is a big city. I just lived on the edge of town here, but a really cool place. They got some stuff going on here. America. That's the Popo, and just a really, really cool little town. One thing I will say before I forget, because I'm basically getting older and I have CRS pretty bad, and the chopped tour pack I did get from Harley Davidson. Again, I know that Advan Black, TCMT, there's a bunch of folks that have them that are less expensive. Fortunately, I was able to get a little bit of a deal from my dealership, who's very supportive of me, and I just wanted to make sure, since it's a new color, that it's matched right. And I got to tell you what, it is perfect. A white onyx pearl, so I think that's important. There is one thing about it though, and I don't know if you guys follow her, but Tiffany Renee if you're a YouTuber and follow the crowd, she's definitely one that to watch. Her and I chatted a little bit because she has a new 2024 in that, I forgot the name of it, shark skin blue, I think, which is amazing looking. I think Adam Sandoval got the same color. She was asking me if I had a problem when I lifted the lid, whether it was hitting the bottom of the tour pack. And I'm like, no, I don't have a problem at all. You know, what's wrong? Mine's fine. She's like, well, mine does. And so I'm like, oh boy. So I run right out to the garage and I lift it up, and sure enough, it doesn't hit, but it is really tight. And I guess they make a spacer kit. It'd been nice to have been told that, but other than somebody, a fellow YouTuber, which I appreciate, Tiffany, that's, I don't know, like 40 bucks you get from Harley. And I understand that probably lifts the tour pack up so you don't have that closeness there. So just remember that if you get it. But I'll tell you what, much more expensive. I can tell you the quality is superb. I can't vouch for all the other folks because I haven't used those before, and maybe that's a better buy and save more money. But definitely excited and like the look on it, plus the function for my bride. So if you haven't seen Tiffany or Renee, by the way, I'm sure you have, but if you happen to be the one person in the world that hasn't, I'm going to put a link to her channel in the description. Go check her out. She does a lot of stuff for Harley. She's a really well-known YouTuber, but she's a really cool lady. Not only quality YouTube content, but just a nice person. So I like that for sure. So go check her out. So the question is, what is next, Mr. BoDean? You're not going to do anything to the bike, right? And just for clarity, I said I didn't have to do much to the bike. Okay, don't go back in my old videos and pull my quotes. I know. But I am going to do a couple other things to the bike to make it a little more BoDean 52-ish, if you will. And no, that's not a sticker on the side of the bike, though maybe that's not a bad idea. What do you guys think? But I do have, I'm not going to hold the suspense, I do have a new seat that is on the way. I do like this stock seat, and maybe it's my birthing hips or something, I don't know, but it does really bother me in the hip a little bit riding this thing. I'm not sure why, because the seat feels comfortable, but I am going back to my tried and true motorcycle seat, and if you follow the channel, you'll know exactly what that is. So getting some of that made for me now. You probably didn't see it when I showed you the Chop Tour Pack, but the pad they did already send me, so the pad's on there. I'm just waiting for the matching seat, so I'm excited about that. And I do have a first time and new to me windshield coming that I'll tell you a little bit about who's working with me on that when it comes. But I'm looking forward to checking out a new windshield and seeing if I can get one like really super tall. Again, if you follow the channel, you'll know the Pro Monkey joke about getting a windshield. When I asked his suggestion, he told me like, I don't know, 15, 16 inches on a windshield. I got one, and it was like up to here. I blocked the wind for like 17 cars behind me. It's been an ongoing joke for years. But I do have one coming, excited about that. And I will tell you the last thing. I have found that I am getting more in the, I'm going to make the bike as super comfortable as I want and can for me. Do I want it to look good? Yep. I think the Chop Tour Pack does that. Do I care if the windshield maybe is a little taller, but it's better for me? Yeah, it doesn't bother me anymore about, hey, is that look the new trend or the new cool thing? Doesn't bother me. I just want it for me and riding, because, you know, outside of YouTube, honestly, that's what we do, right? It's more about riding than it is strapping on a helmet and putting a camera on top of it. I'll stop twice at the next one. But let me know what you think is next. I've just confessed. So, you know, we've done pipes, we've done a Chop Tour Pack, we're going to get a new seat, we are going to get a new windshield, and there's something else coming. What do you think it is? You'll see it soon. Be safe out there, folks. Hope you are well. Take care of each other. Check in a friend. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.